So, all right. So, Steve, what do we got here?
This is a little Heritage. It's a 22 and a 22 Magnum revolver, and difference being between a 22 and a 22 Magnum. So this one here, you could use it in a self-defense kind of situation, little bigger. Both of them are rimfire, of course. It's less money spent for practice time. It's a good one to doesn't have recoil, so it's a good one to teach maybe someone that doesn't shoot much, like my wife or my daughter, or somebody getting a firearm first time. The thing about this particular one here is not only that, you got a safety mechanism there, so it would not fire if the hammer was pulled back and shot. It also has, it's not a this is a single action, not a double action or dual action. The trigger has an easy trigger pull.
So what's the difference between single action and double action?
Well, as you see here, you pull the hammer back because it's loaded, and this is a double action. It won't, you can fire by the trigger.
Okay.
See, the trigger has no pull of the hammer. Even if it takes safety off, it has no pull. The hammer doesn't go back when you pull the trigger.
Ah, okay. Okay, but
and this right here, which is double action, okay, you pull the trigger and see, of course, it's empty.
Right.
Or this is single action, which you got to pull the hammer back. But by pulling it back, it has an easier trigger pull.
Okay.
The reason I like revolvers over an automatic is because if my wife was carrying this, or somebody that doesn't really handle a firearm much, it's harder for it to go off because they've got to do this.
Got to really, is it hard to pull?
It is
back?
a hard pull.
Okay.
It's a hard pull. It would be one of them things where your adrenaline's up and you know, you was in the heat of it, you would, you know,
you could do it.
Right.
But it's not going to necessarily just you touch it and go off. You've got to really try. But if you had to make a shot, could you pull that back, and does that make that trigger better?
Oh yeah, it's easy trigger pull.
There we go.
When you pull it back like that, the trigger pull is probably 2-3 pounds thereabout. It's real low, really light. The thing about this one, I got one like this for my wife. It's a light one, and this one here is a new Taurus, and it also is a 357.
Okay.
It's a 38 and a 357. So 357 in this as a self-defense is something you don't want to shoot. I mean, it hurts you. I mean, the handle grips is low, it'll hurt you. But 38 is smooth shooting, easy shooting. But as loading it for carry, self-defense, something you're not going to hopefully have to shoot.
Right.
But it gives you more firepower.
Well, let's shoot the Heritage real quick and show people how it shoots and how it works. All right.
All right.
So you've got
the 22 Magnum or 22?
You've got the 22 Magnum cylinder already in it. So we'll shoot it and let's see how it shoots. Now, you wouldn't necessarily carry this, but this would definitely be something to shoot around with.
Exactly. And also what it does, I think a firearm like this, like I say, especially with ammunition being so hard to get. See, it is a rimfire, which means it doesn't have a primer. You fire and point the rim of it instead of a bullet primer in the center.
And we'll show you the difference between those.
Yeah, we'll explain that. But anyhow, it is a good. Let's say things got hard. Okay. A 22, I got 22 rifles. We'll do that later on in another video one day. But 22s, you can get bulk You have interchangeable. You could, you know, shoot rabbit setting. I don't know how many I've killed my bow close like that. You can take small game like that. And it'd be a somewhat protection, better than nothing.
Better than a sharp stick.
That's right, exactly. It's a longer barrel, gives a little more downrange than a 4 or 6 inch barrel, or 4 or 3 inch barrel. But at the 6 inch barrel, which gives you a little bit more downrange with it, kind of like Wide Earp. I watched it when I was a kid, and he had that bunt line special, and he had that longer barrel on it where you could reach out a little further like a rifle. But it's a fun thing to shoot.
I hear you. Well, let's show people how fun it is to shoot. Let's get up here and we'll do it.
All right, let's see what we can do here.
All right. All right. So, all right, Steve, let's pull the trigger. We've changed out the cylinders to the 22, and we'll see how the 22 does. All right. And that's how you know you're empty on a revolver. So, all right, let's go check it out and see how we did. So we had a few shots with the 22 Magnum, but with the regular 22, we've got it here, which is about a 6-7 inch group, and we're talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 yards away.
Yeah.
So, and what that is, you know, this, like he said, it's just a plinking gun. This is just
exactly right.
That you're not going to be able to shoot a squirrel with that. Maybe. But but this would be like one of those, like a trap gun. I've got one myself. I talked about, you know, if you got to put an animal down or something like that, this would be great for that. So
it's fun to plink.
Absolutely fun to definitely teach someone how to do it.
Yeah.
It slows that person down. Now, the one thing about, you know, revolvers that Steve talked about, especially in a self-defense scenario, it's once you got that, it takes a good minute and a half to reload. Right. So, all right. So